I am so excited to go on this retreat. I've been waiting forever and now I'm getting to go. I couldn't even sleep last night because I was so excited.
Because I heard like really good things about it from like other people at school. They said it was like the best experience that they had so far at Suffolk.
I'm excited. I want to meet new people.
Yep, yeah, just new kids from all 3 campuses. It should be great.
Well, I'm pretty excited to make some new friends and learn some leadership skills.
I'm just expecting a lot of nice people, a lot of good energy, a lot of leadership exercises.
We do outdoor education programs, team building, that kind of stuff. We just had a great team building program with your students. It was fantastic. Had them all form a circle and they had to all get through a hula hoop, and it was really, it kind of sounds simple, but it was actually, a great way to see how the team works together right off the bat, how well, how comfortable they are holding hands, getting close to each other, moving their body. It's a great way to judge kind of what activities we can move on to. For the first one part, just to be more comfortable with each other, just to learn how to work together and not worry about stepping on anyone's toes, just knowing that you can voice your opinion, and no matter what you have to say, the group is going to listen to it and take it in, and maybe it's a good suggestion or a bad suggestion, but there's no real wrong suggestion as long as you're putting yourself out there and trying.
Yeah, absolutely. Feeling that you're in a safe place and that you're able to communicate and not worry about peer pressure, worried about what other people are going to say, and this group was awesome at that. So we did a game called Herds, and we gave each person an animal that they had to recreate the sounds, and they were blind, and then they had to come together and find each other as a group. So you can really figure out a group just by a simple activity like that, whether or not they're going to be a really fun group, if they're going to be, a little reserved, and you guys are not reserved whatsoever.
I definitely struggled with, I knew what I thought would work best, and I had a lot of trouble listening to what other people did, and I was like, oh, well, that's really cool that you think that, but I know what I know will work. And a lot of times it didn't work, and I didn't know until I was blindfolded, and I had to rely on the other people that their ideas were just as important.
No. You're not allowed to go after the entrance or side.
The jumping is going to throw us into it.
My favorite activity probably doing the ropes course as a whole, because you really learn a lot about team building, how to communicate with a group of people, and how to accomplish a common goal. A lot of people could have different ideas. But when you really, get down to discussing it with everyone and talking about it, and you get a plan and it works, it's just such a fulfilling thing.
We, not only myself, but my entire group, we really communicated, worked well together, and we focused on each other's strengths. A couple of us had said, oh, well, I don't work that way, but I know you do. So we really were able to bounce off each other and focus on each other's strengths and weaknesses throughout the entire process.
Good evening, everyone. My favorite activity was probably the night that we all had to come up with our flag and a skit and come up with an anthem. And I thought that was cool because we all were able to show what talents we could bring to the table. You could see who was artistic, who can sing and rap or come up with something. And then it was who was gonna take that skit out and make it funny.
Come on, everybody, and clap your hands real loud.
I gained
I gained the motivation that I didn't have before, so I could be a part of a team in which I can cooperate with, and I know that people won't judge me, and I know for a fact I won't judge them, because we can all work together as a team to solve any particular situation.
We did meditation, and it was really relaxing.
It was really great. I'm like ready to go to sleep right now. It was so relaxing.
He got us thinking about like what would stress us out, and then he kind of mellowed us down and showed us like how to relax in like quick situations.
Yeah, so if you're really stressed, what to do to de-stress super fast.
It was great.
How are you liking this activity?
This activity is nuts. You hear me?
Excited?
It's very fun.
Very
fun.
Cool.
Really fun.
We just finished playing Gaga Ball.
It was a lot of fun.
Kind of scary.
But during it, we incorporated the 7 C's, so I think that we progressed as human beings, to be honest. What do you think?
They were communicating with me.
We communicated, collaboration, commitment.
My favorite activity would be a tie between the rope swing in the woods yesterday, and then also the amazing race, specifically the jump roping section of that today. And that really taught us how to, it was really a lot of pressure and a lot of strategy and a lot of listening to each other in order to achieve that goal. And it was really, really intense, and it really raised the stakes and helped us work better as a team.
I enjoyed more about debriefing the cases that we were given, because we all worked as a team and we all debunked the situation that was given and the particular situation going on by determining the strengths that were excluded and included in the cases.
Match that exact. So you need to make sure your group is exact with what you have up there. You have one try to get it right.
The activity that was just going on, we just played a spy versus spy game. There's a lot of finger pointings of who was actually the spy, but in the end we learned that no one was actually the spy, and that blew everyone's mind in the room.
We were so focused on who was the spy that we took our minds out of the actual point of the whole game.
I've learned that each group has weaknesses, and trust is an important trait to have in a group, whether it be in a real life situation or just a small project. I believe that communication and trust is important.
All the activities in the beginning were definitely the hardest, just because you're going into a situation where you don't know anyone, but then as you get through them, there's nothing really difficult when you feel like you're a part of a family. So.
The challenge was interesting. It just it didn't make sense at first, given what we were given over here and then what we had to do. So it was just a lot of problem solving. I did it, figured it out, That's right.
In my group, one of the problems was that everybody has such strong personalities and everybody wants to put out their ideas, but all at once. So we were definitely not organized in the beginning when we had to complete a task. But once we knew what we were doing, then we worked together really, really well, and we were able to complete the task.
You wanna go somewhere even? Let's go somewhere even.
Why are you so home this?
You're talking to what?
Wait. And I found this rock and I was like, guys, I found this rock. And they were like, first look at me so confused. And they're like, oh, and then like, they would start running towards me.
Something that I struggled with for the test was that coming into this, I was always someone who would kind of sit back and just let people take the lead and watch them do it, and then me just contribute on what I can do. But I feel like during this trip, I really stepped up and I became someone that I didn't think that I would become, which was a leader, and I would, come up with ideas to how we can figure something out, and I think that's something that I learned about myself.
One of the best things was probably when they split us up so that we weren't, comfortable with most of our students and everything like that, and we got more comfortable with other students around from the other campuses.
I think my favorite activity would have to be when we were all sitting around the bonfire, sharing our stories and reflecting on what we learned. This isn't my first retreat I've been on. I've been on a couple with my church and everything, but to know that there are people who go to the same school as me, are going through the same problems as me, and are so open about it even though we are strangers, it's such a rewarding feeling that I got, and I know that I'm not alone. I'm not going to be judged if I want to open up and share with people. I really just love the fact that for being strangers, we all are so inviting, and that we all learned when to communicate with each other at the right times and when it's necessary to show who we really are and not be afraid. We're not in high school anymore. We're these humans who are moving on with our life. We all have goals.
I mean, the bonfire was great. Everyone was talking to each other. Like, we were a family. That's the best thing. I love family. That's something important for me. And when we were in the bonfire, it was really cool.
Honestly, this entire trip as a whole really brought out all of my leadership qualities. I mean, I'm more confident as a leader. Obviously, I made more friends.
My hardest challenge was actually at the campfire about talking about my personal life, because I don't talk about my inner feelings, because I help myself not think about it by being happy, by being energetic, outgoing, and just being myself.
Everything has been very, very fun and very interactive with everyone. I want to make people understand that Suffolk is not what people think. I mean, people think that Suffolk is like a treadmill. You can walk, you can jog, and you can run, but you will never keep going. You will always stay in the same place, and it's not like that. Suffolk is like a ladder. You can start at the bottom, but eventually you will end up at the top.
I encourage people that come next year to take the opportunity to actually come here and get out their comfort zone and just experience something new and something that they probably won't even do ever.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool just trying new things. And
learning the leadership skills too.
Exactly.
This experience helps you so much with your leadership skills and helps you want to meet new people and talk to people and explore more about campus life.
I think it's really positive. I think it's pretty cool how people from all three campuses can come together and just instantly click, because we're all leaders in our own separate ways, and we all just kind of found a common ground and became really good friends.